Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secure Team. Boy, do I have some amazing UFO footage for you guys today. And as you're seeing here, we got this footage in last night, and I wanted to get it up as soon as possible. Now, when the source recorded this footage, some very strange things going on. And there was actually no audio in the cell phone file that he sent me of this video. And he relayed to me that when he had recorded this and went back to replay it, he said there was a loud static noise throughout the entire video, and that this had never happened to him before when he had recorded a video. So that's why there was no audio, because basically the entire audio sounds like TV static. Very loud, screeching, distorted static, which is actually common in some of the UFO videos that we've gotten in the past. It seems like some of these crafts, well, it doesn't seem, I know for a fact, that some of these UFOs cause problems with not only the video, but the audio as well. Almost as if they're emitting some sort of signal that jams these electronics. I've also had UFO videos that where the phones have been cut off midway. As soon as these people start to record, their phones shut down, even when they had a full battery. And that's basically what's happened here. Either that or it was a phone glitch. But nonetheless, this footage was taken from Kansas, right outside of a O'Reilly's auto parts store. Now, I don't want to give out the exact location of this O'Reilly's, because we've had issues in the past where people's places of business have been called after featuring a video. So all I will say, or all I've been advised to say by the sources, it's almost dead center of Kansas. And this was captured at about 3 o'clock in the morning. The source actually didn't work at the O'Reilly Auto Parts store. However, that's just where he pulled over. When he saw this object in the sky, he was actually coming home from work, works the late shift at his place of employment. He was heading home and he saw this strange object, these lights up in the sky that seemed to be moving, albeit in the same spot, moving. And he pulled over in an adjacent parking lot right across from an O'Reilly's. So that's the view that we're getting here, and what he saw, he said, has shocked him and is one of the most amazing things he has ever seen. Now, in this video footage that you just saw, we actually have increased the contrast and the brightness. He actually took images of this UFO, which we will show you in just a moment. Some very clear pictures, but anyone who owns a cell phone, at least a Samsung, which is what this was taken with, Galaxy S4, you'll know that when you take a video, when you switch from the camera to the video almost gets 50% darker. So whatever you're looking at through the camera lens when you're snapping photos gets about 50 to 75% darker when you switch over to video. So we had to increase the brightness and the contrast of this footage just so this UFO would show up. But it was definitely worth it. And as you're seeing in this footage, and as I was saying, the source, coming home from work, saw what looked like a glowing object sitting in the sky. And remember, this is at about 3 in the morning, a small town in Kansas. He said it was absolutely still and quiet outside. He said there was no one out. And he saw this object. He said it looked like one big bright white light with a smaller light below it that seemed to be changing from 2 lights to 3 lights to 1 light. And he pulled over, took his phone, began recording video. So he recorded the video. It's not a very long video because he realized that due to the fact that it was so dark out, he wasn't getting a very good image, which he saw later on when he actually looked at the video. It's definitely not as good as the photos he took. But nonetheless, he zoomed in on this object, and you can actually see at one point in the video that the object looks to almost shapeshift or maneuver. I don't know if it's rotating or if it's shifting, but it shifts at one point in the video, and then we see 2 more lights appear. At first, we just see the main craft with a small light down to the right corner, and then we see 2 more lights appear. The third light that appears stays on momentarily and then disappears again. And, of course, this completely, it had the source in a standstill. He didn't know what to do except continue recording. he stopped recording and he snapped a few pictures of the object. And those pictures you're seeing here. Here's the first picture. It's a zoomed all the way out, getting the entire surroundings. This is the source of this footage. Is actually a really smart guy. He not only took video, but he took images. He recorded this thing at different angles, different zooms, and he did the same when taking the pictures. He took this zoomed out shot where we can see the O'Reilly Auto Parts store, we see the UFO high above it in the sky. Then we go on to the next photo, which is zoomed in a little bit more. We're starting to see the object in more detail, much more detail than in the video footage, because again, taking photos, you get a much clearer, brighter picture with much more resolution than you do in these dark nighttime videos. So as you can see here, the object at this point has gone back to basically just having one small light lit. Now in the video footage earlier, it had lit up 3 small lights down to its lower right hand corner. I mean this thing is amazing. I'm like unnerved just watching the footage, because I think we really have something here. For the first time in a while, we have something that's not just a blurry dot in the sky. We have a craft here that's maneuvering. It's changing its shape. It has what look like windows that are emanating a glowing white light from the inside. And in this third image and the final close-up, we have a view of this object that is 1,000 times better than what we got in the video footage, especially after we had to increase the contrast, which made the glowing coming from the object so much brighter. And it completely distorted it, but it was either that or show a video where you could hardly see anything at all because it was so dark. So we are slowly zooming in on this, and like I said, damn. I mean, this is why we do this work. You look at this thing, you look at that video, you look at these damn pictures, and you tell me this is a drone. Tell me this is a government drone. Tell me that you've ever seen a government drone that does this, that shapeshifts, that has these 3 odd lights down in the right-hand corner. I mean, look at this thing. This thing is a structure. It has what looks like a dark material, possibly metallic, wrapping around it. And again, we see what look like windows with this bright white glow coming from inside. And I mean, look at this thing. I mean, I don't really even know. I don't even have to say anything. This is amazing footage. This is groundbreaking. I mean, I'm sitting here, at the microphone, staring at the screen just like you guys probably are, and I just don't... I don't know what more to say that I haven't already said. I mean, we have a genuine, bona fide sighting of one of these craft that's extremely clear for a change, and that's a big moment. Because often these crafts are far away, or they're hidden in the clouds, or they're captured on night vision cameras flying past volcanoes, and it's extremely hard to get a clear shot of these things. Because oftentimes these UFOs don't want to make themselves known, purposely make themselves known. Unless they're usually government craft, back-engineered craft. We know the government has back-engineered craft, alien tech, that they've experimented with and likely created their own vehicles from, and that may very well be what this is. However, I don't see a utility that any kind of government military vehicle would have for the shape of this craft, these lights on it, and at one point again, and as we'll loop it over, this thing shapeshifts. And we've talked about this before, a lot of these believed to be alien craft are made and are created as such that even though they're solid crafts, they're not solid. They can shapeshift. They can morph into different solid shapes. So, again, amazing footage out of Kansas. And, while we're at it, and speaking of UFOs caught out of airplanes, I was going to post this in a second video, but I will go ahead and show this to you now. I got sent a picture of 3 other unidentified objects streaking into the atmosphere, caught through an airplane window. The image from that you're seeing here, and this image was emailed to me just the other day, and the source basically said that he wanted me to check out this photo that his relative had taken from an airplane, probably about 50,000 feet or so, from California to New York. And he said that this was taken when they were about over Nevada and Arizona. and his relative, a woman, was on the flight, and she saw these strange objects streaking out of the sky next to the plane very quickly. So she took her phone out, and she was snapping pictures through the window out of the plane, and she saw these objects streaking by very quickly in the distance. So she snapped an image, and they were moving so quickly that she was only able to get one photo, which is what you're seeing now. And, she continued on her flight and, was going through the pics a few days later and showed her relative who sent the image in to me to check it out. And again, I'm just in awe. Another amazing sighting here of definitely at least 3 objects coming into the atmosphere, sort of leaving behind that sort of atmospheric streak behind them, that you get when you have objects entering the atmosphere at a high rate of speed. So again, amazing photo. Back to our original piece, which is extremely eerie. The way it's sitting in the sky, the way it looks to shapeshift suddenly. We see these lights appear and disappear. It looks alien to me. It looks alien. It doesn't look like one of ours. And it's in the middle of the night, dead middle of the night. From what I hear, this is a very rural area. And again, we'll leave it up to you guys. It's an amazing piece of footage. Be sure to share it, like it. Kudos to the source for sending it in. We've gotten some amazing footage lately. I love it how things are really starting to heat up. So we're going to keep on rocking and rolling and do what we do best. So let me know what you guys think. Some amazing footage. Get it out there. And stay tuned. We got a lot more coming. All right, guys. We'll see you soon. Thank you.